Chapter 2 is how to calculate present values. And the whole idea behind calculating present values is that we're trying to check and see what is something that we're going to get in the future worth today. And if you think about it, of course, something like, if I give you $100 in a year from now, that is kind of like the same as if I gave you $98 or something, or the way interest rates are now, like probably $99.50 or something, and you put it in the bank for a year. So present value kind of brings future cash flows back to today's worth. And that's what we're talking about. And future value is the amount to which an investment will grow after earning interest. So the future value of $99.6 today in a year is $100 based on, say a rate of 1% or 0.5% or something like that. So that kind of takes care of, how do you figure these things out? What is the future value of $100 in T years? It's 100 times 1 plus R to the T. So we can kind of work through this. And before we get so much into the math, as I'm sure you could go through in the textbook, that the whole idea behind this is more like when you're modeling something like mortgages or bonds, or even when you model the valuation of equities, you're looking at the present value of future earnings, or the present value of a perpetuity of future earnings. And that's why this is important, is that, with compounding, these things over years, can become very, very large. So this is something that is important. This is something that is important. A discount factor is the rate that you want to discount by, the rate that essentially is the applicable rate that is the discount for a specific asset class. These could be different for different asset classes, as we'll see later in the book. And essentially, as you go through the math, you go through a couple of the examples, you see that after present value and future value, we get into NPV, and the idea of NPV is after we make an investment and we're getting cash flows back at a future period and we discount them, do we have essentially a positive number as a net present value? So a net present value is a sum of a series of cash flows who have been discounted to their present value. And that's how you can check on any project, even if you're, say you're starting a coal mine, or you're starting a new consulting business, or you're going to publish a book. What is the net present value? Is the net present value actually positive? And then, okay, then we can invest in the project.